Hello, hello, Sir David the Bard. I'm coming to you there out of Kangaroo City, my hometown. You kangaroos, go to bed. Anyway, I got a show today that it really upsets me. Every time I think that the Mormon Church can't stoop lower, it stoops lower. This one really upsets me, okay? Things usually in the Mormon Church don't upset me. You know, you go to a circus, they shoot the guy out of the cannon, the acrobatics, people fall on the net or on the ground. You know, you get used to it, so you go, yeah, boo, boo. So with me in the Mormon Church, I thought I've seen it all. I haven't. Now here's what the Mormon Church does, which is again disgusting to me. Anytime they make a major policy change, they do it at the very end of the day when everybody else has read the paper, all the communication is gone for the day, and next day hopefully it'll be covered by other headlines. Typical. It's typical of Mormon news releases and essays that they come at a time they don't want anyone to see them, but they want to make sure that when you attack them, attack means ask them an honest question, that they say, oh, we published that, everybody knows that. Nobody knows it, no one saw it. Here it is. If you're gay, lesbian, and you marry, you're automatically excommunicated from the Mormon Church. Boy, that's accepting, obeying the law of the land, now isn't it? Now, because the adults go to the church, we're getting married. The church has thought up a new torture. Now, waterboarding, the bishop up there, and I think it was Idaho, invented waterboarding. Mormons are great at inventing torture chambers, okay? But many of the torture chambers are inside families' head. The cult will say, and I told you 1,000 times, don't listen to their words. Don't listen to their words. The words mean nothing. Look at their behavior. Now you see the truth. Families are forever. Families are not forever in the Mormon Church. They will tear a family apart as quickly as they'll grab a $2 bill from your tithing fund. Unbelievable that anyone who marries, that is a same-sex marriage, is an apostate. Now guess what? Apostates can't tend the temple. Oh, what a coincidence! They don't want these people in their temple. How do they get them out? If you marry or you cohabit with a same-sex person, you are an apostate and you're excommunicated, and those people can't go to the temple. Have they solved the temporary problem of having gay people in their temples? You damn right they did. Clever as a snake. Clever as a snake. Now, here's what really upsets me. If you, and you know me, I've adopted 3 kids. I still have 2 kids at home here that I adopted out of the 14 that I had. If you have an adopted child, or if you're in a same-sex marriage and you both adopt a child, or one of the people in the same-sex marriage brought a child to the marriage, or had a child during the marriage, physically, that child's an apostate. You heard me. Read the link. Bard don't lie. That child's an apostate. It cannot receive a children's blessing, which all new children in the church get. Except if your mom and dad is gay or lesbian, no. You are an apostate. You can't get a child's blessing. Can I get baptized? No. They will not even let you get baptized. And here's where the Mormon Church tears these families and my family and so many other families. Just shreds us. You might as well just throw us in a shredder. And they're good. Oh, they're good. They're good, good, good. But I'm bad, bad, bad. So anyway, it equals out. It equals out. If the child can't be baptized, then it's basically not a member of the church. If the child wants to get married in the temple and or serve a mission, now they have to have an interview with the stake president and a general authority to even get to go on a mission or go to BYU. That excludes BYU. You can't go there anyway. You are dog shit. You are on the Mormon shit list because you're the product of a gay or lesbian relationship. Hurt the children. See, the children can't talk back. That's why I'm on here. That's exactly why I'm on here, because I speak for those children. I have adopted children. And I know how difficult it is for adopted children to take on the extra burden. Why did my parents give me up? What's wrong with me? I'd like to meet my real parents, or I want to see them. What do they do? Do I look like them? It's heavy, heavy burden. Here I have white skin and my children have brown skin. It's heavy, heavy burden of trying to explain to their friends that they're adopted. Now, if you live in an LDS community, God forbid, but some people do, all the children in school will look at your child and say, "Oh, you're turning 8. When are you going to get baptized?" That child has to make up a lie. Or that child, if it wasn't a child, it was a bard, it would say, "Well, you know, I can't get baptized. My lesbian mothers live together, and they adopted me when I was a baby and have taken care of me. We have a good time in our family, and we're a wonderful family. But the Mormon Church hates me because my parents are the same gender. And so they won't let me get baptized. They won't let me go on a mission. They won't let me go to BYU. They will not let me into full fellowship because I'm the product of a gay marriage." Now, here's the cake. The Mormon Church says it doesn't shun. It's right there now in the handbook. It's right there in the handbook. The only way that that child can come out of what I would call, in Catholicism, limbo, purgatory is more like it, but limbo, is if they turn 18, they're not allowed to live with the parents. And they have to disavow their mom and their dad and say it was wrong. It was evil. I will never do it. Then maybe they can become baptized. Maybe they can then go on a mission. Maybe then they can attend BYU. This pulling in a family is very similar to Nazi Germany. The children would get rewards for telling the authorities about their parents or their parents' activities, which were against the Nazi ruling party. So here we have the Mormon Church putting in more Nazi type of tortures. The children are disavowing the parents and admitting their parents were wrong to adopt them, to have relationships, go to a sperm bank or whatever, and create them. Now, someone brought up, I just read a few minutes ago, someone brought up, well, what if there's joint custody? Let's say you have two moms, and they have an 8-year-old daughter, and the mom and the daughter and the other mom are all apostates. But the father has custody or partial custody of the child. Can he baptize half of her? Can he just wash her face with holy water? What do you do? So the Mormons just dig their grave deeper and deeper and deeper, showing their real hatred of humans. They hated the blacks. Oh my gosh, I lived through those times, folks. They'll smile and say, "Oh, they were equal. We just didn't give them the priesthood." When you don't give someone the priesthood, 90% of the Mormon Church doctrine and blessings are gone. They don't tell you that part. They hated the ERA, equal rights for women. They wanted women in the bedroom with their legs spread and your breakfast sandwich in their hand. That was it. Now they hate polygamists. They were polygamous. Now they hate polygamy. You have to read the paper every day to see who the Mormons are hating. Now they're hating children. You can have a mother have a baby out of wedlock, and that baby can have a name, it can be baptized, it can go on a mission, go to BYU, be full fellowship in the church. But if you have two moms or two dads, you're dog shit. And so the children now are being separated from the parents, and supposedly the parents' gay marriage apostasy, and now the children pull against the parents try to hang on to their children. I want to go on a mission, so moms, all the work you did, all the adoption, all the money, everything that you did, fuck you. The Mormon church is more important to me than you taking care of me and raising me to proper adulthood. The Mormon church hates families. Families are not forever. They divide families with divorces and custody issues and apostasy. This one can go to the temple, this one can't, and if you don't go to the temple, everyone knows why. Your penis or your vagina got you in trouble. It makes me sick. It literally makes me sick. You know, a couple of years ago, or a year ago, whatever, some of you saw my old videos when I had little Miley here, and she was on my lap, and we were playing, and just a wonderful time. A wonderful time to have that little person in my life. And to think that the Mormon church hates her. What did these children do to be hated? They're just born and grow up, whether they grow up in an orphanage or a foster home. What if a child was raised in a foster home that was gay? Now the child can't become a member of the Mormon church. There's a poison in this church that is deadly to families. Absolutely deadly. Why don't we let your Jesus decide who gets in, who gets out? You are the true representatives, according to what you say, of the Lord Jesus Christ, and your apostles are second witnesses. This doesn't fit with what I see. You know, I'm an atheist. I like Jesus' stories. Whether there was a Sermon on the Mount or not, the principle was, suffer the little children to come unto me. Is this a Christian organization? Is this a cult? Is this an organization that spreads more hate than any kind of love? I'm just upset about it. Every time I think that they can't hurt other people, they will go to another class, another group of people, and this time it's little innocent children. Now, there's things I'd like to say, but I don't want to go to jail. This might go good in jail. I have not seen, you know, the seer rock. What are you saying? He says the Mormon church is a cult, and his rock relatives know it, even Joseph's rock. Anyway, take a look at the link. If you have a heart like I do, you just shake your head and it just makes your heart ache that these little kids have to tell their friends, I'm automatically an apostate because of my parents, and I can't get a name and a blessing like the rest of you got, and I cannot get baptized like the rest of you got, and when I'm 12 or 13 I can't go to the temple and do baptisms for the dead, and I can't apply to BYU, they won't take me. There's a question, I guess, on their questionnaire, do you have two dads or two moms? You're out of here. And I'd like to serve a mission for the Mormon church, but they won't have me because of the way my parents are married. Mormons are pretty clever. Anyone that is in a marriage is excommunicated. Excommunicated people cannot go to the temple. solve that problem for the Mormons until the federal government finally comes down and says, your 501(c) is revoked. You're not tax exempt anymore. You're a cult, and you make money. You're not a church. You're not a church, and you cannot have federal monies coming into BYU if you exclude certain protected classes of people. And you do. And I told you the other day I was up at the BYU campus and drove around. I have the Bard Patrol. I have this little red light on the top of my car. Bard coming through. Bard come. Okay, right this way. Come through. I didn't see one black and I didn't see one brown person, and I drove the campus for 45 minutes. Not one brown, not one black. This is a church of hate. It's not a church. It's a cult that mimics certain churches, and they pay their officials very, very well. So they'll lie, they'll cheat, and they'll steal. You know, sometimes when there's nothing to say, the best thing to do is to say nothing. So Pele Ale, I could use a little ale right now to calm down, because inside I just so upset, so angry. Apostate parents, children can be members of the church, have a blessing, and get baptized. But if you're gay apostate, no. And they've done that to block them from the temple. They excommunicate them, and it fits right in with all of their rules of excommunication. They can't go to the temple. So anyway, true order of prayer, oh Lord, or God, hear the words of my mouth 3 times. Don't cut my throat. That doesn't scare me anymore, Mormons. Don't cut my heart out. My heart is solid. He wants to sit up on my heart. He's a baby. He likes that thump thump. You know, like a baby and the mother, and it goes thump thump. Anyway, I hope you have health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength and ways to stand. Use power to priesthood. Be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. That is the name of the second token of the Melchizedek priest, the patriarchal grip, or sure sign of the nail. You get these signs, tokens, and symbols from me for free. You don't have to pay 10% of your income to go over to a building full of old people, and they're all asleep. Anyway, this Bard is now gone.